come on up. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, thank you very much, Randy. Go Shrewsbury? Yeah, no. It's great to be with all of you. I love the attire. You're obviously dressing for the day, right, and the night. Big shout out to my dear friend, Johnny Shea. Johnny Shea.
He's running soon.
Many of you may not know that, but Johnny started his life in Shrewsbury, and I often say to the governor, all things happen, first in Shrewsbury, and it started there, and you came down here, how many years ago? 30 years ago, and all of your friends in Shrewsbury said, you're crazy, John, to go down there and start up your business, and you did it, and you worked hard, and there are a lot of people that love you for it, and we are very grateful, and continued success to you. Obviously, I would not be able to do the great things that I'm able to do with Charlie if it wasn't for an incredible friend and partner in life, wonderful father, wonderful man, my husband, Steve Odalakis. Dressed for work as well. He's got his shorts and his shirt on because he's able to work out of his law office here on the Cape with his brother and enjoy our family here on the Cape during the month of July. So it's been great. I see my friends Charlene and Mark Michitelli from Shrewsbury here as well. They're very good friends of Will Crocker through the debate club, and I'm happy that you would come. But I don't think you traveled the furthest to be here because we have Mary Burns from Lowell. From Framingham, who have come here tonight to support the power couple and Judy Crocker and Will Crocker tonight. So let me just say a few words of just great appreciation. I see so many incredible people here in this room, and if you're not at the party, you might as well join this party, right, over here. But this is a great showing of support for our candidate, Will Crocker. Obviously, our friends in the legislature who are really working hard right up through the end of the session on July 31st. They're putting hours in on Saturdays and Sundays now to finish the session, George. So for Tom, for all of you to come and support this candidate is really telling. It says that you need someone like Will Crocker to serve in the House of Representatives, and you're ready for him, and he'll be a strong member of your team. But thank you for just physically coming here to show your support. I see so many that are on the ground team, so many that have helped the candidates. Remember the year, right? It was 2014 when you had the wave of candidates come into the Barnstable Council, right? The beginning of 2014, you all worked so hard to get the council well represented. Then you turned that right into more campaigning for us in the November election, and we did it. But we did it with a lot of hard work, a tremendous amount of phone calling in that office right there on Main Street, and just a tremendous amount of will to support the right people for the jobs. And, if it wasn't for Worcester County and Barnstable County, I'm not sure that Charlie and I would have gotten over the top there on election night. So I started out with that because every single vote matters. Every single contribution that you're making tonight matters. You're physically showing up here tonight matters. All of the friends that you know here in this county that you're going to meet from today right through Election Day, asking them for their vote and support for this guy absolutely matters. Now this is not a usual election year, obviously, right? We have our convention was last week, and we want to thank Keiko for going and coming home unscathed. Another convention starts this week, and people, are not sure what to make of it all. And we're not sure who's going to show up on Election Day. But the only people we want to have show up here in Barnstable County are the ones that are going to vote for Will Crocker and our candidate for the Senate. have an incredible team of people who care, who believe, and who work extremely hard and know what to do to get the job done. So keep it going. Do not give up. Keep your foot on that gas pedal because it will all matter. Now, if you think about elections, they do matter. Every single one. From the one that you were just recently elected to serve on the city council, the Barnstable County, as a councilor. That mattered. You were making a difference here in Barnstable. It mattered for us when Charlie and I became elected to serve in the executive office. And since becoming elected now 18 months, it's hard to believe it's going by so fast, we've made a difference. You know, in that period of time, we've had to wrestle with $1.5 billion in shortfalls and budget deficits. But instead of asking the taxpayers to pay more, or the businesses to pay more, we were able to manage it like you do in your own businesses, like you do on the council to manage your budget, but we had priorities. We made sure that the aid to our cities and towns was increased by the same, by 4.3%. We made sure that the opioid addiction crisis in this Commonwealth was directed, an effort was directed to finance it through our budget, and we had our priorities represented through our policies this first year. And then to make sure that those that need government help the most are not left behind. And we did that without asking you to pay more and without really disturbing the ecosystem here in this Commonwealth for our economy that's absolutely working. We are the oldest state in many regards, the most beautiful state in many regards, and the most innovative state by measure. But in order for us to keep this going, we can't do it alone. We need friends in the legislature that are going to support us, especially after we turn through this November election. And then the opposition starts to look to Charlie and I and starts to challenge us a little bit more, starts to push back on some of the decisions that we're making. We need strong people to stand up in the legislature that are not afraid. And many of them are represented right here in this room. And what we have in Will, from my perspective, is someone who represents a community in which he grew up in. A community that he loves, but he actually graduated from Barnstable High, I don't know how many years ago, but you know, who cares, right? 41 years ago. He grew up here. You were probably your family's one of the original founders here in Massachusetts, right? You are, so that's a good fact to keep. But the fact that you grew up here, you graduated from high school here, that you're serving this community on the local level, and now you want to take your voice, take your experience here in Barnstable County, a good one for you, to the legislature, to represent this area, speaks a lot about you, Will. Because it takes an awful lot, you can ask any elected person here tonight, it takes an awful lot to put your name out there on the ballot. And you're not afraid to do that, I think in part because you've got a great friend and supporter in Judy. Nobody's going to say, you know, you're Judy, I was feeling, right? So let me just tell you a quick story about Will. Because Will is the kind of guy that we need in the legislature because he's not afraid and he's thoughtful about trying to solve problems. And it's not just about putting more money at a problem, it's actually thinking about how to resolve something. Certainly his experience helping the individuals at the Sheriff's Department to gain a high school diploma and to transition better into community and dealing with all of the addiction issues with the population that you serve every day shows you have a huge heart. But just recently you came to our office because there was an issue here on Main Street in Hyannis, and it continues to be. An area where there's a tremendous amount of tourism. People come and visit Main Street from all over the world. And you have small businesses there that open up every year and that are trying to maintain their businesses throughout the year. But at the same time, Barnstable has become the hub of social services here on the Cape. So you have a lot of social services for homeless, for people with addiction, and that need care and need support. But you're seeing some some of this come into a neighborhood where it's becoming more challenging for the businesses to be able to open their doors and invite people in and to do what they need to do to stay open. And you came to us and you said, I think we have some ideas. Let's bring everyone together. Let's talk about this. And let me tell you what my plan is. That is exactly the kind of person that we need. Not only representing Barnstable, but representing the voice of the people in our Massachusetts House of Representatives. You're at the right time in your life, Will, to do this. And we need to make sure that you get there so that you can actually do the work. So my call to action for all of you is to work as hard as you can to see that this person, our friend Will Crocker, becomes the next state representative for this area. Not think like that on a day, should I go and make phone calls? Should I go and knock on doors for him? Should I call my group of friends at the church or the social group that I have and ask for their vote? Ask for the vote. Get out there and work hard. He's the right person. He's someone that Charlie and I need to have there to help us with our overall agenda. We know that you will only work hard. You will never let your hometown community down. We are very proud of you, and we will be very happy to call you state representative in just a few months.